Hey, if any of you tabbed in earlier, you'll know this is take two of today's uh, attempt to do a video. Wow, it's just been a long day. Um, Quick updates. I'm obviously working today and the world is good. I have dry socket, so I'm dealing with a lot of issues with my mouth, but it's getting better and I'm being very well taken care of. Everybody's been watching after me and doing what needs to be done. So it's been really good. I'm definitely on the mend at this point. And as you can tell, I can actually talk a lot better now than I could before, which is awesome because I was really getting frustrated. I am still swollen though, and I hate that. Um, what else? Okay, I'm going to do an obligatory comment on COVID-19. So normally I'm not a particularly immunocompromised person, but I am right now because anytime you're dealing with an illness or an injury, your body is using all of its resources to try and fix the problem. So that automatically puts me at higher risk for things like the flu, the common cold, and things like COVID-19. While I'm not particularly worried in the grand scheme of things about this particular virus, it's definitely spreading quickly and it needs to be watched just like we watch influenza, and we watch, SARS when it went through, and H1N5 and the rest of them. It's not something that we can ignore, but it's also not something that should be inspiring people to panic. Um, we don't want panic out there. We really just don't. Panicking doesn't serve anyone, especially not your community, but especially not your family either. So the best thing that you can do is be prepared. Go out and buy some instant foods and toss them in your freezer. Get some beans, get some hot dogs, maybe some canned chicken, some tuna. Have them on hand so that if you end up being in quarantine, either because the community around you contracts it or because you yourself contract it, be prepared to shelter in place. It is the right thing to do. I know that we're prepared here in case of emergencies. I picked up some extra pasta and some canned meats and, just enough for us for a couple of weeks to make sure that we don't have to go out if we don't, if there's no emergency. Our intentions are to stay home as much as possible, wash our hands, and, cough into our elbows and tap feet instead of hugging and such, because it's just the right thing to do. Please, for the love of all that's holy, if you are sick, do not go into work. Believe me, having worked retail, I know it sucks. Okay? But nobody's going to fire you right now for not going into work because you're sick. What being sick and going into work does is, one, it opens you up to catching other things that are floating around in the community, and it endangers the people around you who are already compromised. Please don't do that. I mean, normally I say please don't do that, but right now I'm really asking you, please don't do that. I really need to not get sick. I have so much to do. I don't have time to get sick. This has already had me down for 2 weeks. I don't have the time. So I'm going to be doing my best to keep my hands washed, to be polite, keep my distance without being rude, and to just do what needs to be done. It's going to pass through a community the same way that influenza passes through a community, and the same way that H1N5 went through. And some people will get it and some won't. Most people will be fine. And there will be people who are very sick, and there will be people who die. And it's okay to mourn those people. And they should never be treated like they are numbers. But when it comes to statistics, we have to look at the numbers to judge. Even if the numbers were horrid, even if the numbers were 100% death rate, the panic that is currently happening right now is absolutely beyond belief. It should not be happening. okay? It just should not be happening. So don't panic, just prepare. Be ready to do what needs to be done and take care of yourself, your kids, your loved ones. And for God's sake, if you're sick, don't infect other people. Please, just don't be a douche. Thank you. On to book stuff. So, Bloodwater is fully edited, fully typeset, sitting ready to go to the printer. I'm waiting on cover art at the moment. There's a couple of things that have to be done for that, and then it will be all ready to rumble. I am so excited. I am hoping that I will be ordering my galley copy this week. If so, once it's in my hot little hands within about 48 hours, because that's how long it takes me to go through carefully, make sure there's no errors, that book will be live on Amazon. You'll be able to order it. And I will be ordering some to have at home so that we can sell them and put them out and around. I'm really excited about it. It's so happy making. So that'll be book number 2. So then there'll be 2 books of mine on the bookshelves out there. Yay! I'm going to be talking to Toadstool and see if they'll let me do another author signing, because I'd really like to do that. I had a lot of fun at Toadstool. It was a small crowd, but there were people there, and that was nice. There were even people who weren't related to me and weren't, kind of emotionally blackmailed into coming. So that was really neat. Yeah, so that's coming along nicely. I really think that by the end of next week, you guys will be able to order Bloodwater. So yippee! Isn't that wonderful? And last but not least, the cookbook is coming along. I have to get some of that done today, but I also have a ton of housework and stuff I've got to get caught up on, because everything's kind of gone to pot while I've been sick. And I haven't been able to keep up on things because I haven't been able to bend over, which, really interferes with a lot of housework. Did you know how much bending over is involved in housework? Like tons. All right. Well, as you can see, I'm doing better. I apologize. The videos in here, I have somebody passed out in my room right now because they're sick. Yay. So yeah. Anyway, you guys have yourselves a great time. Don't forget to subscribe. And I think it's down here. And I love you guys, and I will see you next week, okay? Have a great time. Stay healthy and use hand sanitizer. Wash your hands. And really, if you haven't been up to now, what have you been doing?